Like that uncle who gives you a Terry's chocolate orange every year. Old Millard shoved another selection box under your tree, so let's scoff the lot until we get metaphorical and perhaps actual diarrhea. With their 1983 Christmas special, it's finally time to tackle the Crankies. A schoolboy terror, like Dennis the Menace crossed with Stuart Anderson. Even in the 1980s, this feels like a gimmick out of time, more fitting with the post-war Britain of Billy Bunter or the Clitheroe Kid. What school uniforms had little red caps in the 80s? Does wee Jimmy go to public school? And it's the Christmas holidays. Why is he in uniform? Does he not have any gear of his own? Maybe that's how Ian affords the fees, scrimping on basics like trousers to give the lad a better start. The big question regards the manner of their relationship. They share a surname, but wee Jimmy doesn't call him Dad. Are they siblings? Jimmy a surprise baby of older parents, with Ian taking guardianship after their deaths? Is he a ward, like Batman and Robin? Incidentally, on post-Watershed television, wee Jimmy Cranky is known as Piss Jimmy Cranky. This Christmas special was actually filmed in October, and though he's got a lovely festive jumper, Ian's not off to the best start.
Marvellous. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome to the show. And what a super show we've got for you tonight. We've got some super guests.
Cool, you've got some super guests.
But I've had to lock Jimmy in his dressing room because he started misbehaving early on.
This is yet another double act predicated on the struggle between a parental one with frustrated artistic aspirations and the flighty, childlike partner who keeps interrupting. And with Jimmy locked away, it's Ian's time to shine with a song.
Just like the ones I used to know. With a
Ian looks like a pixelated Kevin Keegan, while Jeanette's only 36, and not quite at the frightening wizened schoolboy stage of later years, a visual tribute to the end of Don't Look Now. Yet even here, there's a hint of that scene in The Passion where Satan was doing the school run.
Oh, no more school, fun davy dozy, and what's more, no more school dinners.
But forget your singing. What we're here for, what everyone's here for, is the brilliant jokes.
Hey, do you know how the Salvation Army saves souls?
Now, how do the Salvation Army save souls?
They walk about in their heels like that. Do you know what Cinderella sang when the chemist mislaid her photographs?
No, what did she sing?
Someday my prince will come.
That's awful.
With viewers unable to take a full 40 minutes of pure cranky, it's broken up by guests, like a young David Grant off Fame Academy with hair like a nuclear explosion, plus perennial of the era,
Miss Barbara Dixon! Yeah!
These crankyless segments give off a certain undercurrent following revelations in their autobiography of being swingers, using the nation's dressing rooms as a sexual playground. While the audience squeal over modern romance, today's viewers are horribly aware. Up against the back of set, wee Jimmy's shorts were likely pulled to one side, Dennis the Menace fan club badge rhythmically clinking, faster and faster, Ian trying to finish before the last verse. More fitting with the time of year, Jimmy's carol singing with another guest, another Jimmy.
That's enough.
In proof you don't have to be crude, a clean rewrite of a joke that's usually about sucking knobs.
Have you collected much money with this carol singing?
Yeah, we've collected £1 at 10.5p.
Who gave you the half-p?
They all did.
I filled the knickers with jaggy holly.
This bit just makes me sad we never got the Child's Play movie where Chucky fought wee Jimmy.
Let's see what's in this box here. Hey? Oh, look.
Oh, Ian.
A real puppet. Yeah.
It's these sods again, previously seen in umpteen royal varieties. Entertainment was certainly different back in the day. By different, I mean like a nightmare where someone spikes your drink and locks you in a shed at the battery farm. Jimmy comes out, either to pay reverence or beg for a quick death. It's our old mate, Doobie Duck, dressed like he's a dirty flasher in a park. Oh, he is. He's flashing. One thing you can say about the Crankies is they make really sure that you get the joke.
Now, what are you supposed to be to you, Pierre?
We're carol singers.
Beg your pardon?
We're carol singers.
You're what?
Carol singers.
And what are you?
I'm a singer.
And who's this?
This is Carol.
Really, really sure.
The second half we've got... Hey,
What?
what are you dressed like that for?
Well, I'm just going round to my pals to watch a video.
Why are you dressed like that?
Well, he told me it was a pirate video.
Yes, stupid.
Let's have some more variety.
We've got a fabulous act coming on now. It's the Flying Rollers.
Blimey, she'd be underdressed for Eurotrash, let alone a kids' show. Side on, she's in the nip. If a single sequin flies off, we're gonna see her Christmas pudding. One can sense an uncomfortable shifting in the seats of the audience dads, especially during this bit.
There's a Jack and Danny. And again. Good day once more, madam.
I'm almost certain the Flying Rollers were personally selected by the Crankies to be invited back to the dressing room for post-show drinks.
We can't afford a turkey this year. We're giving the budgie chest expander.
But what have you got to have at Christmas? No, not a Tommy Tank. And what a cast for this magical panto. Cricket as fairy godmother, Melvin Hayes as Mother Goose, Sarah Hollenby off Ultra Quiz in just her knickers as Aladdin.
Aladdin poor, I must confess, in China spied a sweet princess. To be her boyfriend he was seeking.
Ah, naughty little Chinaman, no peeking.
Oh, Jimmy. Cancelled for Christmas.
I'm glad she wasn't wearing your smelly welly boot.
Jimmy!
It's like bleeding Family Guy round here, with all these pop culture references.
They pinched all me clothes and left me in the bath.
I bet you she wasn't what you could say, game for a laugh.
Oh, yes.
It sounds just like the Ewans in the Nepos of the Dallas.
Things reach rock bottom with the appearance of Baron Hardup, aka Bernie Winters, in Mystic Meg's old wig.
The boy who climbed the beanstalk is a tale, I'll tell you now. Jack lived with his mother and Sadie the poor old cow.
Imagine Bernie stood out in the corridor, his sad knocks on the dressing room door being ignored.
Come on, let me in. I want to do some swinging. No.
Pantomime, 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 pantomime,
Well, that's that. Just time to wish everyone season's greetings and say goodbye.
No, Ian.
What is it now?
It's not time to wish them a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year because you said that you'd got a present for me at the end of the show and I'm waiting for it now.
I haven't got your present. Well, I've been busy.
The acting is far too good for a show like this, and unbelievably jarring amid the silliness.
Rosie, buy me a present, Ian.
I'm sorry.
suppose I'm just the wee boy that Santa Claus forgot.
He's the little boy that Santa Claus forgot.
Though if this song's considered canon, it does shed more light on their relationship.
I'm so sorry for this laddie. He hasn't got a daddy.
Confirmed, Ian's not his dad. But the day is saved by Schnorbits and Bernie Winters as Santa, a sleigh crammed with presents for Jimmy.
It's a Merry Christmas now! Cheerio, everybody! Happy Christmas!
Even more than having Bernie Winters involved, what's the worst idea for a Christmas special you can think of? In Rolf on Saturday OK, the Antipodean Pede travelled to a different school each week, and for the festive edition, he's joined by 200 kids from Wilton Middle School.
Birthday! On Christmas! Oh, we like to know for sure!
It's not a stage school, just a normal one. Not that you'd know from the performances.
I suppose they picked me to be the coachman because I'm such a handsome fellow.
It's for the best that this is almost unwatchably low resolution, and with 200 kids and no adults beside Rolf, it's got the vibe of a post-apocalypse where a plague killed everyone over the age of 18, except for one lone man who made himself emperor.
Here we are to wish you a seasonal greetings from Salisbury.
The most traumatising thing to happen to a class since the aerial school UFO. The show's comprised of musical numbers and Rolf regurgitating boring Christmas facts.
And that was used a lot by the Israelites to make perfume. And it was also used in embalming dead people when they were dead. They used to use this to embalm the bodies.
Well, we do get traditional carols.
You heard of the holly and the ivy, have you? The holly and the ivy.
There's plenty of those fast-talking novelty songs he was known for.
But I think myself it's not much use to tell you a monstrous lie. I'll tell you of a marvel now as sure as I'm a sinner. About a wonderful great big pig they had for Christmas dinner. That great incredible wonderfully edible marvel Christmas pig.
The kids are really involved in the production, making props like horrible pig masks, and even providing drawings for an animated sequence.
When we come.
Jake the Peg gets an airing, and regardless of everything else, it is a nifty routine, though these days the sight of Rolf with his hands in his pockets causes anxiety. But if Jake were real, how did he dress? Left, right, or straight down the middle? What's the biology? Is the junk sat between one pair of legs, or balanced in the centre atop the middle thigh?
Come, they told me, ta-ra-pum-pum.
But nobody's leaving that hall until Rolf splashes some paint.
Shall we do a picture?
That can go there.
This mural would itself become the subject of much discussion decades later, when it all came out, having been relocated to a local community centre after the closure of the school.
Mary of the quiet eyes and the gentle word, see her bending over.
This special's most notable for the facts surrounding its release. Recorded in '78, its planned air date of December 22nd happened to fall during a BBC engineer strike, meaning it wasn't shown. Keen to see themselves on TV, one of Wilton's pupils wrote to another famous name asking for help. As a consolation, some of the kids were invited onto Savile's show, where he fixed it by airing clips of Rolf on Christmas, before it was finally shown in full on Christmas of 1979. The Fix-It badge was displayed alongside the cursed mural, both of which presumably now locked in a storage cupboard that's been welded shut.
1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas, everybody!
From least appropriate Christmas special to most, with Record Breakers, an adaptation of a book which was almost guaranteed to be waiting under your tree. But the 72 edition is off to a disappointing start, robbing us a Sleigh Bells version of one of the great theme tunes and jumping straight in.
Well, hello and welcome to another Record Breakers. Now, in 3 days' time, it'll be Christmas Day.
Wouldn't know it, would ya? No tree, no jumper. You one of them Satanists, Castle?
But surely no one could possibly have the cheek to hang up a Christmas stocking as big as this.
That's more fucking like it.
Hey! There, look at that. That's the biggest teddy bear in the world.
Love to stand in Tesco car park at midnight and see that thing going bare knuckles with Mr. Blobby.
Well now, Christmas isn't just for receiving presents. It's also very nice to give presents.
Well, how about this? This is a gift for Mum.
But I got her a great big jar of urine last year. You're hoping for celebrity guests trying to break records, or Roy tap dancing with a load of snowmen. But fittingly, I suppose, it feels like the books, a rather staid half hour of statistics.
The goalkeeper of the Victoria Boys and Girls Intermediate B team in the 1967-68 season in the Association for Jewish Youth League Under-16 Division 2.
Now, the menu was enormous. It contained 132 dishes that had been prepared by 15 chefs. Spinach, foie gras, artichokes, macaroni, potatoes, beans, cock, black cock.
Look at this layabout. Get your feet off the seats and get your hair cut.
I am 5'6". Look at that.
Short King Roy. Wonder what Record Breakers are bringing up height for.
He's a man called Robert Wadlow.
We're gonna see it! Merry bloody Christmas! That's what the stocking's for. It's one of his prophylactics. Sadly, the mystery of Wadlow's mega-winkle will have to wait, as Roy gets adorned with the jacket of Robert Earl Hughes and various record-breaking beards and tashes. There's a mince pie 5 feet wide, and supposedly the world's biggest teapot.
It belongs to Miss H. Harrington from Kingston in Somerset. Even though it doesn't look very big, it does in fact hold 9 gallons of tea.
I wanted a teapot Roy could stick his head out of. Wadlow could have filled that with half one of his pisses. Some darts players come out. Surprisingly not to get in the book for world's best wig, but to try at a throwing record.
OK, would you like to get on your marks? Get on your darts?
The live band's rock around the clock adds to an exhilarating 2 minutes of children's television.
Regan's on done 2. Just missed 3. Done 3. Daddy double 1. Double 2. Done 4. He's on double 3. He's done 5.
Oh,
when your cousin with BO comes round on Boxing Day and you don't want to hurt his feelings.
Right, now we're going to try a little experiment. This involves all of us, OK? It's called holding your breath.
World Billiards champion Rex Williams is here for some trick shots. Darters, billiard players. Is this Record Breakers or Indoor League?
Good. Right, try it on your microphone while you're there.
If I want trick shots at Christmas, I'll watch one of the Big Break specials, thank you very much.
We'll be back next week, so until then, have a very happy Christmas. And let's hope it'll be a white one.
I bet that's what Norris and Ross want too. Honestly, it's been 1 out of 10 for Christmas vibes, but they do pull it back a little at the end.
And children, listen to hear
Sleigh bells in the snow. You know, the record for a single snowstorm occurred in 1955 in Alaska.
Oh, give it a rest. What we need is someone who really understands the season. It's strange to find a Christmas special that's also the very first episode of a series, namely Barrymore from 1991. Lovely set decoration.
Happy Christmas! What?
In his most iconic solo series, the Big MB really hits the ground running with all the classic bits, mucking about with the scenery, dumping stuff on people's laps, implying someone is gay.
Do you want one of these, love? Have you got a tree? I said love. It's sticking right in you. I don't think so, no.
He brings out the actual Father Christmas for an interview.
And look who's dropped in to join me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody at home, it's Santa. Hey.
Santa would go uncredited, but I think it's Simon Greenall, aka Michael of Alan Partridge, as he's one of the 2 credited writers for the episode.
Where I am today, Santa.
Why say ho, ho, ho?
Ho, ho, ho. Michael, you know, I wish I'd never said it. I really do, because every time I get a cab now, they say, hello, Santa, yo, ho, ho.
But Santa's one of the most famous people in the world, and everyone knows Barrymore's strength was chatting with regular people. Eccentrics he's definitely laughing with and not at.
And I made the costume myself.
You made this one yourself,
yeah.
did you?
Yeah, I knit it.
Oh, you knit it?
I knitted 9,000 sequins in it.
Part of me yearns to feel the honest excitement of a 90s audience.
Do you want to...
Do you want to do it now?
Well, I'd just like to learn, yeah.
I'll go around, yes, stand still, and then you knock my arm down.
The ads have been left in, with sentient blackcurrants who are cognitively aware enough to feel shame over their own genitals. Along with the elderly, Barrymore was considered at his best when bantering with kids.
We met our next guest on our travels. He is a performer of immense stature. He's not been in the business that long, but watch out, Michael Jackson. Here comes Sean Sloane.
Watch out, Sean Sloane, here comes Michael Jackson, more like.
OK, do you want to sit forward a little bit so I can chat to you properly? Now, Sean, how old are you? You're 4 years old.
There has to be a cut-off for when someone's too young to be interviewed. With a 4-year-old, you might as well be trying to get answers out of a dog. Still, I'm sure Michael will just be asking what his favourite sweets are or something.
And can you tell us, because you're 4 years old, can you tell us, I remember your mum had a little bit of difficulty having you as a little baby, and what did you weigh when you were born?
1 pound 7 ounces.
I regret to inform you, he's here to do a song.
Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Look, I'm morning after day. Look, I'm driving for tomorrow.
How much money did Barrymore miss out on in the 90s by not using that hairline to land an endorsement deal with McDonald's?
Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah.
Santa comes back to hear what the frightened child wants for Christmas.
Well, have you been a good boy?
Yeah.
And have you been a good singer? Did you get a big round of applause?
Michael's "here's a normal person" agenda gets taken to the absolute limit with our next guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, veteran game show contestant Pat Eridge. Here she is.
Mike met Pat when she was a contestant on Strike It Rich, and for her day job, she works at the benefits office.
Yes, but, well, when, you know, on Lost Gyros, a number of times I've heard the excuse, you know, chap's just come out of the employment exchange, he signed his gyro, which he shouldn't do, really.
What Barrymore did was he looked into the future and saw TikTokers and YouTubers letting random folk witter on while they pulled knowing faces at the camera, and did it 30 years earlier, on prime time.
We had like a real character, one of our cashiers. She was a very ladylike lady. She was very like Doris Speed out of Coronation Street. And she came over from the NIO side, that was National Insurance. And some of our claimants, I'm afraid, are rather rough, in spite of what our director says, you know.
Right. Pat Eridge, ladies and gentlemen, the last round of applause. Stay there, stay there. Stay there.
Yes,
These selection boxes function both as a look at old Christmas specials and my personal Christmas special, rounding up another year of content. Sometimes you get a wonderful synergy.
Please welcome that old pro, Stuart Anderson. Here we go.
My second for it means so much to me. Tea is from the start to swinging up, up in my knee.
Stuart Anderson must have gone ballistic when he saw they'd booked another singing child. Younger, getting more laughs, probably chucked a tin of shortbread at his father and demanded an appointment at Edinburgh's finest Botox clinic. "Ach no, I've got to show them I've still got it." Me replying to yet another abusive comment about my voice.
Stuart's the name you're spelling out, and Stuart is me.
Two titans of British variety sit down for a chat.
Was the best man and she was the best of the ball.
That's right.
One question is particularly interesting, considering...
And do you have any ambitions?
Well, I just like to carry on to what I'm doing just now, and that's all I'd like to do, really.
Yeah, well, we hope you carry on, because you're a fine young entertainer.
This may have been one of the last, perhaps even the last, public appearance of Stuart Anderson before he vanished. Maybe he really did think his days were numbered with that other kid.
Stuart Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
Barrymore closes the show being played out by some very angry pipers, who stole the farts out of his kilt.
Have a white Christmas, all right? Good night.
That's what you call the magic of television.
Oh, the magic of television.